Oh shit! Guess who's back, yo? Welcome back to the Lisper Podcast. Now look, I titled this episode. Wait. First of all, I didn't even do all the introductions. Okay, welcome back to the Lisper Podcast. I'm your host Tyrone the Lisper. The co-host is here. 1800. The co-host is here. The co-host about to make his co-host contribution as usual. Okay, the co-host is here. Freddie's here. You see Freddie. Freddie's here. Kobe's always up there. You see Kobe. Kobe's always here. Macho Man is here. Decepticons. What? What? When the fuck did we hire Optimus Prime? Come in. I didn't hire you. Why are you up there? Megatron, you hired this motherfucker? Anyway, the Decepticons and Optimus Prime is here. Macho Man is here. And I'm here, co-host here. Everybody's here. We ready to go. Now, when I titled this thing, I titled it the top shows of 2025 because, you know, at the end of the year, and I always do my top movies of 2025 and I always do my top shows of 2025. But then I was looking it up. Now I typed in top shows of 2025 on Google and I realized that I didn't watch that shit. I was seeing shows on there, Ploovers and all these other shows, and I was like, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch this. I didn't watch this. I didn't watch this. So I can't keep this episode of top shows of 2025 because I didn't watch none of the top shows of 2025. You know what I mean? I watched Peacemaker season 2, but I already got a whole Peacemaker episode, so I can't talk about Peacemaker. I watched Dexter Resurrection, and I realized that I did a Dexter episode too already this year. Then I already talked about Dexter, so I can't talk about Dexter now. So I was like, you know what? I was going to cancel this shit. I really was. I was like, you know what? You can't talk about none of this shit. You don't even watch no shows. You got to cancel it. But then I was like, you know what? I am watching Welcome to Derry. I'm watching Welcome to Derry, so I said I could talk about that. And I did watch All Her Fault, and I did watch Malice, and I watched St. Dennis Medical, who has its second season, and I told y'all St. Dennis Medical is a really funny show. And so I'm going to talk about the shows that I did watch. And first, I'm going to start off with Welcome to Derry. Now, let me tell y'all something. And I'm going to break this down as far as I possibly can. And I've been ridiculed about this and about this before, and I don't give a fuck. Because y'all know one thing about Lisper, stand on business. Stand on business. Y'all know this about me. Y'all know that I stand on everything that I say and do. So I'm going to tell you like this. When I was a kid, it did not scare me at all. Okay? It wasn't even a movie. It was like a 2-part miniseries thing, and we didn't have cable, so we had to kind of like. I didn't even get to really watch it, but then I had found what is it? My dad was renting the videos from West Coast Video or whatever video place he rented the videos from. He rented a video, and it was presented as kind of like a movie in a video, even though it was a 2-part miniseries. So I got to watch it a little bit after it already had aired, but that shit wasn't scary. That shit was not scary. It was bored. I didn't give a fuck about it. I was just like, yo, this is not scary. This did not make me scared of clowns. The only clown I was scared of was Homie the Clown. I was terrified of Homie the Clown because Homie the Clown had that shit in his sock. And if you didn't sing the song right, or if you said something Homie didn't like, you was gonna get bopped up with that fucking sock because Homie ain't play that. Remember Homie the Clown from In Living Color? Homie ain't play that shit. That was the clown I was scared of because he was gonna bop me with that sock. And since I had parents that gave me beatings, and I was always scared of getting like popped or slapped or fucked up. So Homie the Clown I was scared of Homie the Clown, but Pennywise, I wasn't scared of him. Now, I'm not going to say that Tim Curry didn't do a good job. I'm not going to say that he didn't look creepy. I'm not going to say that the It series didn't have creepy elements to it, but nothing fucking happened. I mean, that miniseries was bored. So when It was coming back out with the movies, I wasn't really like into it. Wasn't really like interested in it. Didn't really care about it or whatever, but my kids was interested in it, right? So I showed them the first It. I showed them. I got a videotape of it. I think I got it on DVD from somebody or something. And I showed it to my kids, right? And my kids was like, Dad, what the fuck is this? They was bored. They was like, this shit is corny as crap, blah, blah, blah. But we still went and saw the It movies. And the 2 It movies, the new ones, the remake styles or whatever they call, they was decent. Hey, you know, Pennywise was okay. The balloon thing was cool. You know, they were pretty decent movies. I ain't gonna say they were great, I ain't gonna say that I was in love with him. I ain't even gonna say I was fucking scared. I ain't gonna say my kids were fucking scared, but I'm gonna say that they was better than that whack ass miniseries thing that came out a long time ago. So Welcome to Derry comes out, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm really gonna watch this. I really don't feel like it. I'm not an It fan. I don't care about Pennywise. I want to see some Freddy Krueger shit. I want them to do a Freddy Krueger show, and I want New Line Cinema, and I want Blumhouse or whoever, A24, somebody to call up Wes Craven's estate and just pay him that money. Because the reason why I'm hearing no more Freddy stuff is coming out is because the Wes Craven's estate wants too much money. But it ain't no such thing as too much money. That's a franchise that's marketable. And if you do it right, it's gonna make a ton of cash. So just go ahead and fucking drop the bag on them and let's get Freddy back. But anyway, I'm off topic. But anyway, so we watched the It movies, and okay, I wasn't gonna watch Welcome to Derry, and then I said, fuck it, I'm gonna watch. So I started watching it, and this shit is better than all of the It shit that I've seen beforehand. This shit is better than all of the It shit that I've seen beforehand. Because the first movie was boring. The second, the remake movie and the part 2 kind of got into it. It was kind of cool, a little bit cool. But this shit right here, this Welcome to Derry shit, it's crazy. Now I go online and I see the YouTube videos and all that shit about how like they explain everything. They explain who certain people are, and they explain the Easter eggs and all the 77 things you might have missed and all of that shit. And I'm just like, I don't care about none of that. I don't really care about none of that because I'm not an It guy. So I'm not all into It, like to where I'm following to where I can go in there and go, okay, that dude is that guy. That dude is this guy's cousin. That dude might be the uncle. That dude is I don't care about the lore, because if the show is not good, I don't care what they do. I don't care about the Easter eggs. I don't care how they try to match the shows up to the other show. I don't care how they try to match the shows to the movie. Because if it's not a good show, I'm not going to give a fuck anyway. And like I said, I didn't care that much about the source material to be all like looking for the connections and getting the connections. So I'm watching that show straight for what it is. Now, do I watch the videos and see the connections? Yeah. Are they interesting? Yeah. But I'm watching that show straight for what it is. And straight for what it is some creepy ass shit. Now, look, when I take on horror films, when I watch horror movies right now, in the state that I am now, at the age that I am now, I can't, what is it? Let me see. What I can't do is get scared, kind of. You know what I'm saying? I can't get scared, kind of, because I don't know. It's just like I'm not that dude that gets scared. And so I don't. It's hard for me to get scared. Like the jump scares to get me sometimes, but I'm not that dude that'll watch something and be like, "Oh my god, I'm so scared! Oh my god, I'm so scared!" You know what I mean? I'm not that dude, right? So, and that, with that being the case, I kind of gotta figure out ways to be scared. Oh, my boy, hey cousin, he said, tell us how old you are. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old, man. What do you mean? I got grown children. I'm out here in these streets. You see the graves, man, but I ain't too old, cousin. I'm still, you know what I mean? Mink. Still give you these hands, boy. You said, hey, no, my cousin was a pastor. I wouldn't put hands on him. Sorry, Lord. He believes God, and I believe God too, because I ain't gonna put my hands on the pastor. Not just because he's the pastor, but he's my cousin too, and family don't fight them. Well, this family might, but yeah. I'm gonna just stay out of that whole conversation and say thank you, cousin, for being here. And yeah, I'm old. We know that. But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, so it's hard for me to get scared now. It's hard for me to get scared watching these horror movies. So now I kind of like got to the point where now I put myself into the situation. I think of the horror movies as, what if I was the person that was in the horror movie? And then when you look at it like that, when you watch Welcome to Derry like that, it's like, holy shit moly. So the one young boy, he was like sneaking in the movies and getting away from his dad, and he was trying to run away and shit. And he goes and he gets he's hitchhiking in the snow, and he gets in there with that family, right? And that family was weird as fuck. That family started getting real weird. I'm sitting here going, this kid is in this car with this family, and they acting weird, and he can't really get out. Like, there's no escape for this kid. So already I'm getting a little scared. And then he's like, they're like, where you going, kid? And he's like, look, I want to go any fucking place. You know what I mean? I want to go any fucking where except for Derry, right? So they get in the car and they driving and he's thinking like, yes, I'm getting away from my daddy. I'm getting out of town. I know this family is a little weird, but it's worth it. It's worth it because what I'm going through in my real life, what I'm going through back at the crib, what I'm going through in my real life, I don't like. I'll do anything to leave fucking Derry, and I'll be homeless in another town, not Derry. And his family, I'm not gonna be in his car long. I got about an hour ride. The Derry sign is behind me now. I got about an hour ride, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I can get out if it gets too far. Pull over, let me out, please. But then he looks, and the sign says, "Welcome to Derry," and they going back into Derry, and it's like, what the fuck that? Now, I know we ain't turning around. I know we ain't making U-turn, and I know when I hitchhiked my ass and we got in this car, we was going this way. And then we going back that way. So he knew something was funny, and then the mom started having the baby in the fucking car. That's scary shit. This little kid never seen a vagina before, let alone see a baby come out of the vagina and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then this baby came out with wings and it was ugly as shit. Like, I've seen some ugly babies, but this baby takes the ugly motherfucking cake, and it's got wings, and it flies to the back of the car, and there's blood everywhere, and nobody cares. The dad don't care, mom don't care, sister don't care, brother don't care. They all just like, yeah, look at the baby, look at the baby. And I'm like, oh, holy shit. Holy shit, bro. So I'm like, this is kind of fucked up. And I'm scared. I ain't scared for me because I know I see fucked up shit. I see this. I would like these movies, but I'm scared for that kid. I'm like, if I was that kid in that car, man, yeah, man, boo boo, shit. That family would have put me out that car because they would have smelled all that shit that was in my drawers. You understand what I'm saying? They would have said, "Oh my God," it would have been so bad. They would have put me out the car. They wouldn't even. It wouldn't have even been worried about killing me. That smell in that car from what would have been in my underwears when that shit happened would have been fucking outrageous, right? But anyway, so that kid's going, and now they talking about how that kid was missing and whatever the case may be. And then you got this one girl, and she has went through something. She went through something, and now she's a little bit psycho. She's already a little bit cuckoo because her daddy. I'll drink to that. So apparently her daddy worked at the pickle jar factory or whatever, and he would bring his daughter to work day, and she left something back at the pickle factory, and he went back in to turn the machine off, and he got caught up in the machine. And the rumor was that that her daddy was so fucked up, killed, that there were pieces of him in the pickles. Like, he got so fucked up that it was pieces of him in the pickles and stuff, and she had to, she had to live with that. She had to live with the fact that it was her fault. She had to live with the fact that her daddy body parts might have been in pickle jars. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being a kid and it's a recall on pickles in the local supermarkets, and it's like, we got to recall the pickles because this girl's dad body parts might be in the pickle jar. We got to recall these pickles because a human being that got caught in the pickle cutting, slicing machinery, and it might be a finger or a toe or an eyeball or something that belongs to a grown ass man up in these pickle jars. And it was her daddy. And it was her daddy. And every time you see a pickle, like, she got to see pickles in her life. You know what I mean? She got to go to like McDonald's and you open it. Every time she orders something else, she got to be like, no pickles, no pickles, please. Or she got to think about every time that she bite a sandwich or something, she eating up out of her daddy, or she got to relive that nightmare, whatever the case may be. So she was already in like a little psycho ward, but she finally like got better. She got out the psycho ward and she came back. And now the kid that's missing is in her sink talking to her. And she like, oh no, the missing kid is fucking talking to me, and I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to go back to the crazy house. So I'm gonna just like leave it alone. And then she finds out that the black girl heard the kid talking to him too. But she got this friend, right? She got this friend Marge who she's confiding in, and Marge is trying to be one of the popular girls, right? So Marge is trying to go be with one of the popular girls, and she's trying to get her friend to be one of the popular girls, but that bitch, they don't want to be popular. They don't want to be friends with her. They don't want her to be in a popular girl. She's a fucking weirdo. Her daddy died in the pickle jar thing, and nobody was considerate. Nobody was empathetic for her. And they said that dairy makes people real hateful. Like the spirit of it does something to the people in dairy. So all these people are hateful. All these people are ignorant, whatever the case may be. And that's the case, right? So she's got to deal with that. And then the other little black girl was like, she heard him too. She heard him in the sink too. So some other people was caught up in the whole situation with that. And so now it's like 3 or 4 kids. Same thing like the other shit. It's like 3 or 4 kids, and they know that something fucked up. They know about the fucking it or whatever. Now the one black boy, his dad's in the military and shit, and they is there to look for it. And I'm like, why is they there to look for it? How do they know about it? Whatever. And then we found out that the commander back in the day was in Derry, and one of the Indian girls saved them from it and told him about it, and he knew about it, and he didn't fully remember it. But then when he got back there, and it made him remember or whatever like that. So I'm watching it, and it's getting convoluted or whatever. So the girl, the black girl and the white girl, and they're all, and the other 2 little young boys is like, hey, listen, I think we can find the missing kid. I think, I heard him in the sink. He might be in the sewers. He might be this and that. And then the black girl's like, no, he was at the movies. I saw him at the movies the night before he got missing. And she was just like, yo, let's just go watch the movie, see what's up. They end up in the movie theater, and he's in the screen with the weirdo family in the screen, and they like, oh, there he is. He right there. He's still alive. And I'm just like, oh, shit. I knew something was about to happen. And then that same fucking ugly ass baby, that ugly ass demon baby with the wings comes flying out the screen. And now the kids are like, ah! And and that baby comes down and he chomps on a couple of them. And the one girl gets out, and the crazy girl gets out. Now she's crazy again. But she can't go back and tell nobody because she gonna look crazy again. But now 3 of her friends, the other 2 young boys and their sister is missing, and then got ate up by it, and she can't say nothing, right? So now the black girl's dad works at the movie theater, and they was all like, hey, he did it. Because he works at the movie theater, so they're like, hey, he killed those kids. He fucked those kids up because there was blood everywhere. No bodies, but just blood everywhere. And the kids were missing. They got evidence that the kids got fucked up at the movie theater. And because the black man worked at the movie theater, the black man did it. So they was arresting her dad. Now, this man was more scared. Because, okay, so we found out later he was fucking around with a white woman, and that's why his alibi wasn't right. He was more scared about the white woman husband and the white people in that town finding out that he was fucking on that white woman and being adulterous with her, then he was scared of them thinking that he killed all them kids. That just goes to show how far racism is and how bad it was back then. That this man was going to jail for murdering children. He was going to jail for massacring children, and he was willing to be arrested and go to jail for massacring children rather than tell them that he's having an affair with a fucking white. Okay? That's insane. I would have been like, where was you at? Oh, I was over there fucking that white bitch. She cheating on her husband. She like black dick. You know what I mean? I would have straight up told, like, what the fuck? You about to accuse me of killing all these kids and I got an alibi, and the only reason why I ain't saying nothing because this bitch is white and she fucking around on her husband. That's going to be her motherfucking problem. And he talking about, I was scared what her husband going to do to her. What do you think they going to do to you? You a black man about to go to prison for killing a bunch of white kids, and you worried about what that white husband going to do to his wife because he found out she fucking on a black man? Hey, look, bitch, I'm sorry. I don't care, but look. She getting this black dick. You're going to be the ass. You're going to kill her. Do whatever. But I ain't going to prison. And guess what? Me and my kid, my mama, we moving the fuck up out of there. We out of here. Okay? Now, it is being real mean, the it entity, because everybody keeps talking about Pennywise. Pennywise is just it's just like an image that he uses to these shapeshifters, and now they're trying to connect like why he uses Pennywise to a girl's clown dad or whatever. I don't give a fuck about none of that. That's just something they trying to connect to, make the story more interesting. I don't give a fuck, but I'm telling you right now, it is buck wilding. Like the girl went to the supermarket, right? And she just going to the supermarket, just walking around the supermarket, trying to get a shop on, and it is just fucking with in the supermarket. Then he traps in the aisle, right? And how about he traps in the aisle and all it is a bunch of fucking pickle jars. Bunch of fucking pickle jars, and she in the aisle stuck with all the pickle jars, and then one of the pickle jars got an eyeball in it, the other one got a mouth in it, and it's her daddy. I don't mean to laugh, but that's some fucked up shit, right? That's some real evil, like, I'm fucking with you type shit that she in there trapped in the pickle jars, and her daddy is in them fucking pickle jars. And then the pickle jars start falling off the shelf and they all busted. And then it's like her daddy becomes like a giant pickle monster, and he like rolling up on her, like, you did that for ass, all your fault. Give me, you know what I mean? Give daddy a And I'm like, yo, for sure, I would have been back in that motherfucking psycho ward. Because I don't know how you deal with that. And then the black girl, her mom died from childbirth, birth from her, right? And so what does it do? She go to bed and she wake up in the womb. She wake up in the womb in there with all of the fucking with the water, the womb fluid. She's in the womb fluid and she breaks out of there and it's her mom in the bed looking like a demon mom, and the mom gives her the umbilical cord, tries to pull her back in. They tried to pull her back into her vagina, like, look at you, goddamn man. And I'm like, yo, like, it's funny to me. I'm laughing because I'm enjoying the shit. But just think about if you was that kid and your mom just bust you out at like 12, 13 years old, and you got an umbilical cord attached to, and your demon ass mom is spread eagle on the bed trying to pull you into her vagina with teeth on it or some shit. Oh my God. So look. And it's another guy in there, the black guy that can see spirits and stuff like that. It's a lot of shit going on in that show. And what else happened? What else was evil? Oh, now he's actually out. Like Pennywise is actually showing himself now. Like now they went to the graveyard and they actually seen the clown. And the kids developed pictures because they didn't want to sound crazy, so they developed pictures and they went to go show the boy the pictures, but the police can't see the pictures. I guess the adults can't see Pennywise in the pictures because you don't want them to, or he crossed his judgment or whatever the case may be. Welcome to Derry is not over, but from what I'm seeing in this show, I'm really enjoying it. It's fucked up. Oh yeah, the one bitch, the one little girl, I'm calling her a bitch. She's just a little kid. One little kid, right? She wears glasses, and she started like it made her eyes like bulge out because they were talking about these snails in class. And how the snails get bit by something and their eyes bulge out, and then they get killed or whatever. So her eyes started bulging out. So her eyes look like a slinky. You know how the slinkies look like? Her eyes started bulging out like a slinky, and it was fucking her up so bad that she went to the woodshop room and cut one of those fucking saws on and like started sawing through her fucking eyeball. That shit was crazy too. And then the other girl comes in there to try to help her, and it made it look like the girl done cut her eyeballs out. Like it is doing some vicious shit. It is doing some vicious ass, crazy ass shit. But they found some things. They found some pieces of a spaceship or something. It's like some Superman shit. Like they found pieces of the spaceship, and I guess it's like kryptonite to him, like how kryptonite Superman, the pieces of the spaceship that the Indians used to surround it to trap it in Derry, they found those pieces. So now the girl got one of those pieces, and I'm waiting to see what she do with it to try to stop it. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I'm missing because I don't care about it. I don't care about it. I'm sorry, I'm not in the lore. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know about the lore, you got to watch those 77 Easter egg videos, or you got to watch the show. And if you into it, you read the book, you watched all the movies, you got in depth into it, then you don't understand the lore. But if you just want to be like me and just watch it and have a funky motherfucking good time and be a little scared because you're putting yourself in those kids in those kids' bodies, but be a little funny too because it's fucked up. It's a little nasty too. So if you're squeamish, you might not want to get into it. But if you can deal with nasty and you can put yourself in the mindset of them kids, you're gonna have a good time watching Welcome to Derry. And it's not over yet, but I enjoyed it, and so that's that. Now, I watched Twisted Metal had another season, and I watched another season of Twisted Metal. And that was pretty good. I mean, they finally are getting into the real Twisted Metal shit. Like now they're actually in the tournament, and the tournament is going on, and the guy is changing the tournament rules, and you can only win the tournament, whatever. But I'm just saying, if you in the Twisted Metal video game, then you should watch the show. I'm not getting too in depth in that show because I still got other shows I want to talk about. Now, it's this show called All Her Fault. I watched the show called All Her Fault, and I don't know who's in it. All I know is Dakota Fanning. I know Dakota Fanning's in it, so I'm gonna just look it up right now. All Her Fault, the series, and then I can tell y'all who in it. So the cast is go hit the cast button, bitch. The cast is Sarah Shook. I don't know who that is. Jake Lacy. I've seen him in some shit. I can't tell you what I've seen him in, but Jake Lacy is in it. I've seen him in some shit. Dakota Fanning is in it. Oh, Michael Pena is in it. I know Michael Pena. He's in it. He's the Spanish dude, whatever he is. Oh, and Sophia Lillis. Sophia Lillis is in it. Ain't she she's the girl from It. Hey, look, and we made an It connection because Sophia Lillis is in it. She's from It, but those are the main people that are in the show. And the show is called All Her Fault, right? And what it's based on is this kid gets kidnapped. This kid gets kidnapped, and it's the fault of the woman at first. And that's how they make it seem. Because you know when kids get kidnapped, you do look to blame people. I ain't gonna lie. When kids get kidnapped, you look to blame people. Because first you go, well, who was watching them? First you go, like, what are y'all teaching this kid? Like, because, you know, did the kid go up to a stranger because you're supposed to teach your kid about stranger danger? You're supposed to teach your kid about not taking candy from strangers. You're supposed to teach your kid all of this stuff that's supposed to protect them from being kidnapped, right? So if you have a kid that gets kidnapped, the first thing they go to the parents and they go, what the fuck were you teaching this kid? Did you teach this kid about stranger danger? Did you teach this kid not to talk to strangers? Did you teach this kid to yell, scream, look for familiar adults? Did you teach this kid to have a swift kick to the balls? Did you give him a rape whistle? You know what I mean? You start going, you know, did you do all your due diligence to try to stop your kid from being kidnapped? But in this instance, this kid was only 5 years old and he was picked up by the school. So that whole the parents didn't tell the kid about stranger danger stuff was not in play here because it wasn't stranger danger. The kid was picked up from school by somebody that he knew, and everything was cool with it. So now it was all her fault. So here's how it was all her fault. The dad, who was a typical asshole dad, typical like, I'm here, but I'm not here. I'm not helping you for real with this kid. You're the mom. You got to take the kid to school. You got to pick the kid up from school. You got to be fully responsible for this kid. I'm working. I pay the bills, and you know, I'm just kind of that dude that's here and around and not really trying to help out and be a dad. And he automatically blames the mom because the kid got kidnapped by a nanny. And so the dad was like, well, what happened to my son? And the mom was like, you know, well, he was supposed to be on a play date with the other lady's nanny, but he wasn't on a play date with her. I don't know what happened. And then the dad's like, well, do you know this woman? Do you know this other woman that you sent our fucking kid on a play date with? You know what I mean? Like, you send our kid on a play date with a woman you don't really know. And she's like, yo, the woman is one of the moms at the school. I met her a couple of times, you know, whatever. And she called me up for a play date. And then he was like, she called you up for a play date. Then what happened? Then she called me back, told me to pick my kid up from this house. I went to that house and the kid wasn't there. And the lady didn't know what I was talking about. And then he's like, so did you check the number? Did you make sure it was her number? And the wife, she did. She fucked up. She didn't double check the number with the school registry to make sure it's the right number. She just assumed that the woman was really inviting her kid on a play date. And so now the husband's all like, bitch, you should have checked that fucking number. Like, what the fuck wrong with you? So now it's all the wife's fault. And I'm agreeing with him a little bit. I'm like, yeah, man, you barely know that other mom. You get a call to set up a play date with her and your son from the number, and you know that you can find out if it's the real number, and you didn't check. But I guess, you know, white people think everything innocent. White people think everything cool. White people don't double check. And I ain't being racist, but white people just, they Joe as fuck. You know what I mean? Philly style. They Joe as fuck. And they get Joe real quick. And so they do this kind of shit. It was not abnormal for her to be like, oh, I just met her. We cool. She's my bestie now. And she wants to play date with my son and her son. And they go to the same school and the nanny's going to pick them up. And all. It's cool. It's all good. White people roll like that. So I wasn't really blaming the mom that bad. Then they was like, yo, who the fuck else was in charge of the kid? Oh, the nanny. So now it's all her fault because she's the nanny, right? And they talked to the nanny, and the nanny's like, no, I'm going out of town. I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm out of town. I wasn't even watching him that day or whatever. And then the nanny was like, well, do you know anything what was going on? Did you check the play date? And then it became like, well, where the fuck did this nanny come from anyway? Now the husband's like, where the fuck did this nanny come from? And she's like, I don't know. She was recommended by the nanny service. And like, did you call all of her references? Did you make sure she was cool? Like, she from another country? Like, is we gonna call ICE on this bitch? Like, he was breaking it down. And then I was like, damn, the mom didn't do her due diligence on the nanny neither. And then the nanny acting weird. So I'm like, wait a minute, did the nanny have something to do with it? And then they asked the nanny, did she know anything? She don't know nothing. She don't fuck around, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, shit. It's the nanny's fault. I'm like, first it's the white fault a little bit, just from being a naive, dumbass white bitch. But then I'm like, it's the dad fault a little bit too, because you didn't do your due diligence. Like, if the wife wasn't doing everything by her fucking self, maybe it would, you know, maybe y'all could have handled business. But I don't know. Then she talks to the mother. Well, the mother of the kid that was supposed to be having a play date with her calls her up. And she's like, yo, I heard your son got kidnapped. I heard that it was supposed to be a play date with my son. I didn't set that up. I'm sorry. Let me talk to my nanny, try to find out what's going on, because I don't know what's going on, but I feel bad for you, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes to talk to her nanny. Her nanny has hit the streets. Her nanny is gone. And then we find out that her nanny was the one who picked up the kid. So now her husband is like, yo, our nanny picked up the kid? And he's like, yeah. So our nanny is the kidnapper? And it's like, yeah. And he's like, well, where'd you get this bitch from? And she was like, yeah, I just called the service. They sent a nanny over there. Like, did you check her references? She was like, well, yeah, I did, yeah. It's a nanny. So then my husband is like, oh, so you let this bitch in our house, didn't check her references, had this bitch around her kid, and now she stole somebody else's kid, and now they fucking looking at her. So now I'm like, yeah, bitch, it's all your fault. You didn't check your references. So I'm like, yo. And she felt guilty too. She's like, it's all my fault. So she goes and befriends the mom again. She goes, look, I'm sorry. I didn't know my nanny was a fucked up ass bitch. I didn't know my nanny was going to do all this and all that. I didn't know. So then they go back to the old nanny and they like, yo, bitch, did you know the other nanny? She's like, no, I ain't know that bitch. And I don't talk to her. I don't nothing with her. We ain't friends. We ain't nothing. And it's just like, okay. So now we got to find out, why did this nanny all of a sudden, decide to kidnap our fucking kid. So then they go through, the police comes, and Michael Pena is the police officer, and he don't like the dad. He don't like the husband at all. Like, he's side-eyeing that husband from the jump. Side-eyeing that husband, looking at that husband kind of fucked up, like, yo, dude, like, I don't like you. The husband got a little nasty attitude. He like, yo, you're fucked up. You're fucked up. And then it was like, but, I can't do nothing. If the nanny did it, the two moms didn't do their due diligence. The nanny is involved. And then he knew the other nanny was involved. He was like, you sure you don't know this nanny? Because you go to the same playground with the other nanny. So then the mom was like, well, what did they do during the week? So she was like, yo, I'm going to check my credit card. My credit card goes to this milkshake place. And then she was like, yo, my son asked me for a milk cake. And she was like, no, he might have meant milkshake. Then she was like, wait, my nanny takes my son to the milkshake place too. So like, wait a minute, bitch. You said you ain't know that other nanny, but yeah, at the same time, y'all getting milkshakes for these kids at the same fucking place, bitch. You know that other fucking nanny. So now I'm like, oh shit, the nanny did it with the nanny. It was a nanny tag team, and they kidnapped the child. I'm like, maybe the nanny told her that these people over here got popping ass money. These people over here got more money than the people over your house. We can kidnap their child. We can get a ransom. We can get this thing popping, right? And then the dad gets a call about a ransom. He goes to get money. The man just go on the phone and say, yo, get your motherfucking bread up, my nigga. The man just calls him on the phone like, yo, get your fucking bread up, my nigga, because you about to have to run this money for your son. So he gets the bread up, but he don't tell his wife nothing. He's trying to keep it cool. So now they're trying to keep it cool. Then we find out that the wife's friend, business partner, who is a man, is doing some sneaky shit with the money. Like, he in trouble with money. He's moving funds out. He's stealing assets from the company to pay for this stuff like this, like that. Then we find out that he's a fucking gambling ass motherfucker. So now they all like, did he kidnap the kid because he got started this damn gambling debt? And they all like, is it him? So now it ain't all her fault. Now it ain't all her fault, because now it's looking like the dad is involved in some fishy shit, and it's looking like the mom, business partner, male friend is involved in some fishy shit. And I'm just like, who the fuck kidnapped this kid? But I'm like, okay, the dad got a ransom, he got the money together. I'm like, Dad, you got the money together, you got the ransom. Tell the fucking police you got the ransom. Tell the fucking ransom guy you got the money. Take the money, go get your fucking son back. He wasn't doing none of that. He wasn't doing none of that. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what is really fucking going on here? Why is the dad not getting the money back and all this and all that? The dad is doing fishy shit. The gambling friend is doing fishy shit. The sister is doing fishy shit. So the dad had this sister, and the sister was hiding the fact that she was fucking around with the family friend boy. She was trying to hide that, so she was acting fishy. The brother, he had this paralyzed brother that was trying to move out. He was acting fishy. It was like everybody in the show was acting fishy. The show was called All Her Fault, but it was more people involved. It was men involved. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck fault it is. As far as I know now, the fucking Michael Pena cop ass could be involved in the shit, right? It was going crazy. So I'm sitting there looking at the suspect. I'm going, did his sister fucking do it? Then they made it the gambling boy. So I'm like, it's not him. It's not him, because he's got gambling problems. He's got money problems. And the show is like trying to keep you suspense. So it's obviously not him. But you keep looking at the dad. But it's like, even if it was the dad, the show not going to be good. Like, if it's the fucking dad, the show not going to be good. So I'm thinking, like, it's the other mom who hired that fucking nanny, or it's the mom secretly hating the son or some crazy shit. I knew that it was going to be a crazy twist at the end, but I wasn't expecting this, right? So they go on, they keep investigating, and then they're trying to find a nanny. And then they give like a little bit of backstory of the other nanny. So she got a dad that's a dad that collects gambling debts, right? She got a dad that collects gambling debts, and she's got a fucked up ass mom. Like her mom is a fucked up ass bitch ass person, right? So I'm like, damn, she had a fucked up little life. But then I connected the dad connects gambling debt. So that's the connection to the gambling ball to the other family. Then they said that they was at a cabin one weekend and the gambling ball was there, and the dad pulls up to the cabin. The girl's dad pulls up to the cabin. So I'm like, okay, there's the connection. He wants to get his gambling debt money. He brought his daughter to the cabin. She saw the young boy. She know the young boy from the school. So she trying to help her daddy. I'm like, she trying to help her daddy. So she going to kidnap the young boy so that her daddy can get back the gambling debt from the gambling ball, and they going to get the kid back. Everything going to be cool. And that's what I thought. And I was like, okay, problem solved. I wasn't going to watch the show no more. I thought I knew all about Inspector Lister. I mean, I thought I knew everything. I was like, fuck this show. I ain't watching, but I kept watching next episode. So now the nanny who said she didn't know the other nanny bitch was like, no, I do know the other nanny bitch. And I got to tell y'all something. When we went on the run, she told me she wanted to meet me, and she had this guy with her, and her and this guy tried to take the young boy. Her and the guy started arguing, and I think her and the guy tried to take the young boy, and I need to know what happened. So now they investigate. They find out who the guy is. They find out that he's the boyfriend. He was in prison. He's the boyfriend of the nanny girl, and they connect him to the nanny girl, and they like, yo, we got it. We putting some pieces of the puzzle together. So now the nanny girl was basically like, yo, you gonna help me kidnap this kid? And the boy was like, no, I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to help you kidnap this kid. I don't know what you're doing. Let's just be together. Let's stay together. But I don't want to kidnap no kids for you, bitch. But he ends up helping her. The dad ends up with her too. And the dad just wants the money. He don't give a fuck about whatever she got going on with the kid. He don't give a fuck about why she kidnapped the kid. He just trying to get the money, right? So ultimately, the kid shows back up in his car, and the dad goes and picks the kid up and brings the kid. No, the kid shows up in the car. It's a car, the kid in there, he's in the trunk. Police get the kid, they bring him back to the police station. The family is reunited, and it feels so good. And then we like, who went and got the kid? And who put the kid in the car? So I'm thinking that the boy that didn't want to be involved in the kidnapping, I'm thinking that, man, my man had to change of heart. My man said he didn't want to be involved in the kidnapping. You sent the kid with him to take him somewhere. He took the kid somewhere in the car. I thought he left the kid in the car because I thought he had to change of heart. But then they show the dad, the kidnapping ass bitch, and the boy was supposed to be getting out of town or something. He was like, yo, we got to get that kid back. We got to get the fuck out of town. The heat is on. And then I saw the dad kill the boy. I saw the dad kill the boy, and I saw the dad get killed. So I'm like, the boy's dead, the dad is dead, the kidnapping bitch is on the loose. Who brought this baby back? And then we found out that the baby's dad actually went, got the baby, killed the boy, and then put the baby in the trunk of a car and left the car in the parking lot to act like they just found the baby back because he didn't want his wife to know that he was involved in it. And I'm like, why is the dad doing all this sneaky shit? He could have just told his wife, I got the money out. It's the ransom. I got the money out, and I'm going to go get the fucking baby, and that's it. That's all. But no, the dad was into some sneaky shit. I'm like, why is he being so sneaky? Like, what's fucking wrong with him, right? What's fucking wrong with him? And then the bitch that did the kidnapping shows up at their house. She shows up at their house and she's got a gun and she's like, yeah, I'm here. And what the fuck is up? And she's like, I don't want to hurt nobody. I just want to get my shit off my chest. I just want to get my shit off the chest. But they start arguing with her. The dad starts arguing with her. She ends up shooting one of the boys. She shoots one of the accidentally shoots one of the gambling dude. She shoots him. He's over there dying, so they like, we got to call an ambulance. We got to get an ambulance to come get him, whatever. While they in the process of getting the ambulance, she lets the sister go out to get the ambulance. She lets the brother go upstairs to check on the baby. She's like, the wife's like, can my brother go upstairs to check on the baby? She's like, yeah, he can. Then the wife's like, yo, can my sister leave? She's got to call an ambulance. She ain't got no service in the house. Let her leave. So the girl leaves out. So then the husband's like, yo, we got to kill this bitch. We got to do something to this bitch. And the wife's like, no, let me listen to her. Let me listen to her because she don't seem like a bad bitch. Like, she not here. She kidnapped her son, yeah, and I want to fuck her up for that. Yeah, like, bitch, you did kidnap my son, but she let my sister go out the door. I mean, she let your sister go out the door to call the ambulance. She didn't mean to shoot the bull. She could have killed all of us right now and took the baby. She didn't. She let my brother go upstairs and check on the baby. You know what I mean? So she really is probably here to say something. She's a young girl. Let's hear her out. So now the story goes that this girl was 16 years old and pregnant. But she ain't had no baby. So I'm like, but she don't got no baby. So what happened with her? She was 16, she was pregnant, she was living with the boy, she ain't got no baby. So what happened? So dad starts like, she's like, I just want you to hear this message on my phone. That's all I want to do. I want you to hear this message on my phone, and I want you to tell, and I'm gonna tell you what's going on with my life, and then I'm gonna leave, and I want everybody to have a happy little family. And the dad did not want that girl to tell his wife shit. The husband didn't want that girl to tell his wife shit, so he grips her up, he grabs her, and then he turns the gun around to her, and he kills her. Bang! And the wife is just like, yo, motherfucker, you just killed that girl. You just killed that girl. And he's like, no, I ain't kill her. I ain't kill her. Like, she tried to kill us. She was snapping out. She tried to kill us, and the gun went off. It was accident. The wife's like, nigga, I watched you turn that gun around, put that gun on that girl. I watched you squeeze the fucking trigger. Ain't no gun went off, my man. You killed that girl. You killed her because you ain't want that girl to tell me what the fuck she was going to tell me. But now the wife's like, what, you fucking her? Was you fucking that girl? What was you doing? What was you doing, my nigga? Because something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. You just killed this girl. You going through great lengths, and you was acting sneaky about the kid, the money, all that. So tell me what's going on. And then he was just like, nothing's going on. And then the wife finally was like, well, who is this girl anyway? So then the girl, they found out the girl's real name, and the wife remembered that girl. The wife was like, wait a minute. I thought you died in the car crash. Now we getting down to the nitty-gritty, sucker titty. I was like, oh shit. So now they start showing it. The dad had a baby, had his wife and his newborn baby in the car, the husband and wife baby in the car. This girl had her baby, and she was driving her baby home from the hospital too, and they got in a car crash. Fucked up car crash. His wife was unconscious. The girl was unconscious, and his wife was unconscious. So the only person that was conscious when after the car crash happened was him. So he gets out the car. He's like, oh my God, the car crash. He sees his wife. She's knocked the fuck out. He looks in the back seat. His baby dead as fuck. His newborn baby boy in that back seat, dead as fuck, right? He see the other car. He sees the girl in there. She's out cold too. He calls the ambulance. Then he hears her baby crying. So y'all can guess what this motherfucker did, right? He took his dead baby and put his dead baby in the girl's car and took her alive baby boy and put it in his car. That's right. This man switched those babies out. Switched those motherfucking babies out. And put that baby in his car and had his wife for 5 years raising that baby, which was that other girl's baby, and their son was dead. So when the wife heard the message on the phone about the kid and all that, and I know what you did and all that, she was like, yo, that ain't my baby. My baby died in the fucking car crash, and you switched the babies out. And now the detective cop already figured that out. He was already talking about people about the car crash once he found out her real name and stuff like that. And he kind of like put the 2 and 2 together. So he kind of was already figuring that out, and he was going to tell the wife anyway. But look, so now she like, that's what you did? And he was just like, oh, I thought she was dead. Our baby was dead. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I saved that baby's life. I saved our marriage. I saved everything, bitch. Me. I did it all. I'm a good man. I'm not bad for this and all this and all that. And I was just like, okay, player. You know, he did kind of seem like the good guy. Like, I don't know. Maybe I would have did that. Maybe I would have did that too, but I don't know. But it was all fucked up. So anyway, they go to a funeral service for her friend because the friend dies. They go to the funeral service, and at the funeral service, the wife accidentally gives him some shrimp or something. He's got an allergy, and she gives him some shrimp or something. But she always keeps the EpiPen in her car, but she didn't this time. You see why? She didn't like that husband no more. He blamed her. He was a bad husband. He didn't help her with the baby. He was involved in all this kidnapping shit. He knew what was happening. He made it like it was all her fault on that. So guess what? She killed him. She killed him. And the cop guy knew she killed him, but the cop guy was just like, listen, I know what happened. I know what happened with your husband. I know the deal. I know all of the shit. But guess what? You know, I'm not going to file no report. I feel like it would be the right thing for me to do is to let it go. So now you got the mom and the baby, and the sister and the brother still alive. The husband is dead, and they got the baby, and the son goes on, and that was the show. But man, oh man, it was really well acted. It was really suspenseful. It kept you on your feet, and that story at the end was real good. And now I'm going to the last show of the evening. I only got 15 minutes to talk about it because I try to keep my shows under an hour because I know y'all don't want to hear this too long. But anyway, the last show I got is called Malice, and it stars David Duchovny. And after David Duchovny, it's a bunch of people that you probably don't know because I don't know these people. I ain't never seen them before. And I'm going to just tell you about Malice. So Malice is a show, another show about a nanny dude, and the nanny dude gets involved with the family, and he starts doing some crazy shit. But here it is. This show is not good. I didn't like it, but I finished it because I was just curious and because I was watching it. But this show shouldn't be named Malice. It should be named Doing the Fuck Too Much. Because they did way too much to make you not like David Duchovny. David Duchovny was the husband, and he had 3 kids, and he was a hardworking businessman, and he had a lot of money, right? And they made him out to be this asshole dude. He was an asshole husband. He was an asshole dad. He was an asshole businessman. He was an asshole friend. They did so much to make you hate this man. And then, like, in the middle of the series, they're like, wait a minute. He's not the villain of the show. He's not really the bad guy of the show. So now we got to, like, endear you to him a little bit. So it's like y'all spent, like, 4 episodes making him an asshole, making us hate him. And now it's like, yo, we got to reel that in. We got to reel that in because he's not the bad guy. Same thing with the wife. Y'all did all of the shit to make the wife seem like she's just this trophy wife that just accepts her husband's bullshit, that's just a fucked up person. And then y'all like, wait a minute. She's got her own business. She's an independent woman. So it's like, why did y'all do so much to make it look like she was just a trophy wife bitch? Why did y'all do so much to make it look like he was just a fucked up ass husband, fucked up ass dad, fucked up ass businessman? And you got these 2 friends that are naive to everything. And then you got this nanny dude that's the villain of the movie, right? I mean, the villain of the show, right? And then they do too much again because the husband of the family friend starts doing too much to investigate this nanny dude. The nanny dude starts acting weird. He starts doing weird shit. So the husband's friend starts investigating him, and he's doing too much. He's going through his Facebook. He's going through his family history. He's going to go visit his sister. He's doing a whole bunch of shit to try to figure this dude out. And I mean, he's supposed to because his due diligence, he knows to do the fucking weirdo, but it was way too much. And in the result of him doing too much to help out a family, that they did too much to act like they didn't like him. You know what I mean? It was so confusing. But here's the thing. His family meets this nanny dude through this other family. He was a tutor, and they bring him on because he goes on vacation with him as a tutor, and he's so nice and so loving and so kind, and they did too much to make it seem like he was the perfect dude, and they incorporated him into their family. They made him the nanny. He comes in, moves in with them, starts living with them, and then he starts acting real weird. So I know he's the bad guy, right? I know he's the fucked up dude, right? But he does some real fucked up shit, like he kills the dog, he drugs the son up, he ultimately kills the friend's husband, he fucked on the friend's wife, the friend's husband. He was fucking had an affair with the wife on purpose, and I'm just like, why is this dude doing all of this shit? Right? And then we go all of this shit, and nobody has redeemable qualities, okay? The husband's a fucking asshole. And they do too much to make him be an asshole that they can't redeem him at the end, even though they make us feel a little bit sorry for him because he loved the dog and the boy kills the dog. They make us feel a little bit sorry for him because the boy sent emails out about him sexually harassing a girl and made him lose his business, which he had a lot of money. He worked hard for his business and he was upset about that and crying about that. But all those bad things that happened to him didn't make me empathetic because they did so much to make him feel like an asshole and make him seem like the bad guy in the beginning of the show. I didn't feel sorry for the wife because she was acting like a trophy wife bitch. She was kind of like not being a really good wife, just accepting all his shit. And then ultimately, I think that she was fucking around on him. Now, they didn't make her fuck around on him. They didn't show her fucking around on him. But she made comments about wanting to fuck the nanny boy. And then she was hanging out with a dude that she already had previously fucked before. And she was one of those art show curator women. You know, they fuck all those artists and those fucking like creative type people. So I always thought that she was going to be fucking around. And then she didn't seem like a mom. Like it seemed like she wasn't uninterested in those kids. And so I didn't feel sorry for her. I didn't feel sorry for the kids because the one son was an old jerk off. The other daughter, they didn't really make her do too much of nothing. And the other little young boy, he was a young kid and he was just naive, a dumb little young kid. I didn't feel sorry for him neither. So nobody in this show made me have no sympathy for, no empathy for, and none of these people was fucking likable. None of these people was likable, right? And so I finished watching the show. Now this nanny boy done killed their fucking dog, then ruined this man's career, then fucked on her friend's fucked on her friend, and then ultimately, because her friend's husband started figuring out shit about him, he killed that man. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, he kills the fucking husband. And the show goes off with him killing the husband, and I'm just like, wait. Now we find out that he killed the husband because way back in the day, the husband had did a business deal with his daddy, and the business deal went sour, and his daddy didn't have the money, and the husband had to pull out. He said, "Hey, listen, this business deal is not going the way we want it to go. We got to pull out the business deal." And then the daddy and his mama died in the house fire, and so he meets him up and he goes, "Yeah, you killed my dad." And he was like, "No, motherfucker, your dad died in a house fire." And the nanny boy was like, "No, my dad didn't die in a house fire. It was arson. My dad set that fire on purpose. He killed him and my mom on purpose. It was a suicide thing. And the reason why my daddy wanted to commit suicide was because of the fucked up business deal with you." And now, gun to his face, confronted by this guy, and he's just like, fuck you. Like, I'm a businessman. Your dad was crappy at business. He's like, I gave your dad millions of dollars. He fucked my money up. He fucked everything up. And your dad deserved, he basically deserved to die, right? And so, yeah, the nanny boy kills the dad. And the show goes off, and I'm like, wait a minute. The bad guy won, but nobody liked him. So it was like he wasn't even a likable bad guy, because usually, we root for the bad guy to win. Because usually they make the other person such an asshole that you hate him. And they did. They made me hate this dad. But then they made the bad guy do stuff to make you endear to him, like they killed the dog. He loved that dog. And when you saw the emotion of him like killing the dog, it's like, why you had to kill the dog? You really want to hurt this man now. You really want to hurt this man. And it made me not like you. You killing an innocent animal. You know what I'm saying? You drugged his son, gave his son bad drugs, got his son arrested, or got his son to give drugs to a teenage girl that almost overdosed. You're a nasty dude. That's nasty work. Then the dad lost his business, and you could see the hurt in this man's face. He kind of almost got us endearing to him. So now I'm rooting for him to win. I'm rooting for him to win because it's like, yeah, man, my man, just because he's an asshole, just because he's a fucked up person don't mean he deserves to lose his business. Just because he's a fucked up person don't mean he deserves for you to kill his dog. Just because he's a fucked up person don't mean that his son got to go to prison and possibly get charged with overdosing a young girl on drugs that you gave him. You know what I mean? Like, asshole is not that bad. He's not a murderer. And then I found out that he's not as bad to his wife as we think he is. Then I found out that he's not as bad to his kids as we think he is. And then he kind of is loving. He's just a shrewd businessman, and that's how they got to be. He's kind of ruthless in the office. And he's right. It ain't his fault that he gave your dad millions of dollars and your dad fucked that up. So now I'm like, nobody's endearing on this show, and y'all going to turn around and let the bad guy win. Y'all going to turn around after y'all did all of that shit and let the bad guy win. But no. I guess we're supposed to feel good now because the mom has a ton of money and she has the kids and she's not with that husband no more. But like I said, towards the end, it didn't seem like they marriage was that bad. I thought she just was a trophy wife accepting a bunch of bullshit. But at the end, I'm like, no, she in it. He loves her. They in it for real. So now, I at first it was like, okay, so we supposed to feel good that the mom is free, but she wasn't being abused for real like they tried to make it seem like. So this show was well acted. This show was kind of suspenseful, but the show did too much and then couldn't reel it back in. They did too much and then they did not have enough time to reel it back in. So the show was all over the place. The show was fucked up. And then at the end, you had no endearing people and you let the bad guy win. You let this asshole fucked up, nut-ass bad dude win at the end. Because the friend's husband is dead. But even though their marriage was kind of sour anyway, so I guess we're supposed to take redemption in the fact that she don't have her husband no more either, and she can move on. The mom's husband is dead, but the kids didn't like the dad, and the wife didn't supposedly seem like the dad, so they free and all that, and that's how we're supposed to feel. So now we kind of turning this villain dude into the hero, even though he's a fucked up person, even though his dad decided to be a coward and kill himself, and they ain't really had nothing to do with this man. You know what I'm saying? I just think the show was not well written. And if it wasn't for the acting, I probably would have turned it off. And if it wasn't for me just being curious and just not having nothing else to watch and just wondering what happened in this show and keeping it on, I probably would have watched it. So I give Malice like a 4 out of 10. I give Welcome to Derry like a 9 out of 10 so far. Now I hope they end it right. It's still a couple of episodes left. So I'm hoping that this show ends right. I'm hoping that they don't find a way in the third act or the end of the show to fuck it up. So right now it's at a 9. If they do it right, Derry, Welcome to Derry can get up to a 10. And all her fault is a fucking 10. All her fault is a fucking 10 because it was all her fault. Then it was all her fault. Then it was all his fault. Then it was all of their fucking fault. And then at the end of the day, it was just his fault. You know what I mean? But I give that show a fucking 10 because I enjoyed it. It did what it had to do. It was very suspenseful. It did what it had to do. It kept you engaged. It kept you wondering. It made you endearing to some of the people, like the mom who was just trying to find her son, the other mom who was taking full responsibility for the nanny shit. The brother who was crippled, it kind of made you endearing to him a little bit. It had enough people that was endearing. Even the kidnapping girl. See, that's how you do the villain right. She was a kidnapping ass bitch, but look what went through. 16 years old, lost her baby in a car accident, and then find out later on when she gets grown that her baby's still alive. Some other family got it, and the asshole dad did that shit. And she just freaked the fuck out and didn't know what to do. But she didn't even want the baby. She just wanted to confront him and let the mom know, like, this is what the fuck happened and shit. So she had a redeeming quality. And then to watch that man, the ultimate villain who's the dad, fucking kill her after he stole her baby and all that. You know what I'm saying? So all of that worked out. So yeah, Malice is going to get a 4. All her fault gets a 10, and Welcome to Derry might end up getting a 10. And that's the end of my episode. And I thank some of the people that was here. I thank my cousin Fred, Alan Pompey Jr., who is a pastor who is going to be on this show. He's going to be on this show. So I'm going to have to get myself together because I can't be cussing because, like I said, my man believes God. My man praises the Lord. My man just said, I believe God just like Merlene taught me, LOL. And she was feisty. That's my grandma. Merlene is my grandma. Merlene taught him how to believe God. And my grandma was feisty. She was feisty. She was one of those people that believe God, but trust and believe she ain't take no shit. And she couldn't take no shit with this family because, like I said, yeah, he believed God. My grandma believed God. My aunt Juanita believes God, but my dad and them, heathens. And y'all see me, right? Y'all see me. So y'all know my grandmama had a little bit rough. But yeah, so shout out to my grandma. May she rest in peace. And I know she went to heaven because, you know, she believed God. Shout out to my cousin who's the pastor who does a lot of great things, who I'm trying to have on the show one day, very, very soon. Shout out to everybody else who was listening today. Shout out to me, because I'm the man. Listener, shit talking champion of the world. Y'all see it. Shout out to the Lakers. That Lakers about to win the NBA Euphrates Cup again. They're not going to win the championship, but they probably going to win that Euphrates Cup again because I'm counting on them. I'm counting on them, even though I don't like LeBron. But my man Kobe up there. Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to the Decepticons, Macho Man Freddie. Shout out to the co-host. And last but not least, I got a sponsor today. This is Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Put in the camera. This is Hooks, Rubs, and Spices, and this is their new pepper sauce. And I tried it out for the first time today earlier, and shit's good. It's real good. It's not like your traditional hot sauce. It's hot, it's spicy, but it's got like a vinegary, peppery flavor, and it's not your typical hot sauce. And yeah, man, I'm telling you right now, go to hooksandrubs.com, hooksrubsandspices.com, and check it out, man. The pepper sauce is pretty good. And with that being said, it's been another episode of the Lisper Podcast. Thanks for coming, and I'll holler at y'all. This the podcast. This the podcast. That's my outro. I don't have an intro. Da 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 da.